It's a great question, and anecdotally, I'm seeing that in my practice.
How so?
I have a lot of my patients' kids who are saying that since their mom or dad had the vaccine, they really have seen a decrease. It's a little bit hard to quantify, but I am trying to quantify that as we go forward. So it's not an isolated story. I'm hearing that from a lot of folks. I'm hearing that from a lot of folks whose parents didn't have a memory problem before they got the vaccine, but they notice that they're a lot slower. They're fatigued. I've had quite a few patients who did have really significant side effects from the vaccine. I had a patient, I've had to report some through the VAERS system. I've had a patient who had a blood clot that went from his leg to his chest and had never had a blood clot before in his life.
After the vaccine?
4 days after the vaccine.
4 days.
And I asked when he came to my clinic for his usual follow-up if his hospital doctors had reported that. And he said, oh, no, they said it wasn't from the vaccine because I've had a heart attack in the past. And I said, well, those are not the same thing at all. And so I went ahead and reported that. But the blood clots in the brain are really concerning. As a neurologist, I've seen those type of blood clots before in my career. They're tremendously rare. And what's especially disturbing about the blood clots that we've seen in young women that are in the back of their brain in a vein where blood drains from the brain is that usually the treatment for that is we will anticoagulate people. We'll make them not able to form clots so they can break that clot up. The problem is the women that are having these clots in the back of the brain at the same time are coming to the hospital with no platelets, which are, that's how we make clots. So when somebody comes in with no platelets, we'd give them a platelet transfusion, but we can't do that because they have a blood clot in their brain. And it's a really big deal. So when I've heard some people really kind of dismiss like this blood clot in the brain, these cause hemorrhagic strokes, which can be fatal. It's a huge problem, and we don't have a treatment for it because we're blocked because it's this really weird conundrum where they're super clotted in their brain and they're super unclotted in their body. So it's I've never seen that come into the hospital together, those two conditions in one person, and that's why they paused.
And the common theme is vaccine.